Samurais in Japan by Marikia, Max, Julia, and Matt. The start of the capital, Kamakura, was also the start of a new class of warrior, the samurai. The samurai were trained in the art of war, meditation, swords, and archery. They wore colorful robes and baggy trousers. They wore a lot of armor that completely covered them. Along with armor, samurai had lots of weapons that they had to learn how to use them on horseback.
The tea ceremony was very important for samurais. First, a tea master invited people into a small room where he or she would prepare and serve the tea for the guests. There were two types of Buddhism that the samurai practiced. One kind was Amida Buddhism. Amida was an Indian prince that created the Pure Land. Believers could enter the Pure Land by prayerfully repeating Amida's name over and over. Then, once the believer died, Amida would escort them to the Pure Land. The other kind of Buddhism was Zen Buddhism. This was very popular with samurai because it focused on discipline. It also focused on achieving enlightenment through meditation. Samurai training. Welcome to training. First, we will learn the way of the horse and bow. You must learn to shoot without thinking. Next, we shall practice sword fighting. To be successful with a sword in battle, you must force the enemy to make the first move. Now let's start training. Back in the trainee's cabin,
that was really hard. Yeah, but we should train harder tomorrow.
So the two trainees trained harder the next day. After they made some progress, they decided to train harder the next day than the day before.
A few years later, Japan was attacked. The two trainees had to fight in battle. One had to ride on horseback and shoot with a bow and arrow, and the other had to fight with a sword.
Both trainees fought as hard as they could because they were taught not to be afraid of death. During the battle, the trainee on horseback was taken captive.
"You will never get anything out of me." He then killed himself to maintain his honor.
When the war was over and Japan had won, the other trainee was still alive.
Here are the heads of the warriors who attacked us.
Thank you for your bravery. Here are 2 horses and an acre of land to express my gratitude. You are now real samurai. In the 12th century, a samurai's wife has to take care of the house. If her husband died, she inherited his land and performed his vassal duties. In the 17th century, the woman's status had weakened. They were supposed to obey their husbands that their parents chose, then their sons. Some were even supposed to kill themselves when their husbands died. Samurais were very brave soldiers that left some influence on our lives today.